Hello and welcome back to Green Money Momentum, where we talk about market movements, making money, and money momentum. And we are going into the month of February, which is a very romantic month. So I want to talk about the top 3 stocks that we could romanticize over in the month of February. Basically, the top 3 hottest stocks in the month of February, what I see having the most potential. But before we start, as always, I want to say that this is not financial advice, and I always recommend doing your own due diligence before making any financial decisions. So let's hop into it. And so the 3 stocks that I have here on this list are DJT, Donald Trump, Trump Media and Technology Group, MSTR, Microstrategy with Michael Saylor, and BigBearAI, BBAI. All 3 of these stocks look like they're going to start to explode in this next coming year of 2025, and it's really only a matter of time. And there's a lot of good catalysts for both technical and fundamentals for all these 3 stocks. So without further ado, the first one we're going to be talking about here on this list is DJT. And so currently, when we look at the chart of DJT, this is the trailing 12 month. So the last 12 months on DJT, the last year, we could see that we are actually down by 20%. $8. But what gets me really excited about this stock is that we are currently trading in a sideways channel. So we did see some momentum right before the elections. And then right when we got to the $60 range, we started to see a lot of halting and manipulation. And it was at this spot where there did start to be some sell-off, and the fear, uncertainty, and doubt just got worse. Since then, we have been in a sideways channel. We didn't really, unfortunately, see too much momentum going into the inauguration. But what this tells me right here, this pre-election run-up, is that the markets are still very bullish for Trump. And with the way a lot of other stocks and plays have moved in anticipation for Trump to be president, this is just a delayed reaction. So the markets are really, in a way, just reacting to everything, all the news that is happening with Trump. We're seeing the tariffs go into effect today. So as I record this video, we are seeing the Trump tariffs go into effect. He said that he would place a 25% tariff on imports from Canada and Mexico, and another 10% tariff on the goods from China. So in the last week or so since Trump has been president, the markets kind of have been a little shaky, and I think it's due to a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt from investors because they're not really sure how these tariffs will act and how they will affect the economy. And so I always like to say when there's a pendulum and there's the bulls and the bears. And when the bears are more loud than the bulls, that is the perfect time to invest. And when I look at the DJT chart, I could see that the bears have been a lot more loud than the bulls have been lately. So when we do draw out these support and resistance lines, we could see on this sideways channel that was started right after the elections that we are basically right at the support. So it has jumped up and down between the $27 to $29 range and up into the 40s. So currently sitting at $31, we are pretty close to the support. But this is where the bears will be a lot louder than the bulls. A lot of people are pretty fearful about the tariffs that Trump is placing on these other countries. And the reason why is because a lot of people are saying, oh, that's going to increase inflation. Inflation is going to roar back up. This just means that production is going to be more expensive and us consumers in the U.S. are going to have to pay the price. But on the bull case, what's really happening is Trump is going to be bringing the manufacturing back to America. So if you are producing cars or another good in a different country, and then you would import it to America and get the most gains out of it, well, now there's going to be that tariff, which now puts the manufacturers in the position of should they actually just produce these goods and or services in the United States, which could directly increase the GDP of America. And it's all a part of a bigger plan because he's not just looking at doing these tariffs to get at these other countries, but he has also proposed the possible abolishment of the federal income tax. And if this were to happen, that would make Donald J. Trump one of the greatest presidents of all time. I've even seen people online saying that this would basically submit his place and put him onto the Mount Rushmore of presidents. And if he were to abolish the income tax, I wouldn't disagree with that. I definitely think he could be on the Mount Rushmore because that would be huge. I mean, the IRS and federal income tax and all that is just could be very oppressive feeling at times, especially because you really don't know where your money is going. So it's like if part of your income was going to a good cause, maybe you wouldn't feel too bad about it. But it's basically, it feels like you're just getting your money taken away and then sent to wars or other countries, just things that aren't benefiting you directly. So Trump taking away that federal income tax would be absolutely massive. And those aren't the only plans that Trump is doing in 2025. So that's on the geopolitical side of things on U.S. politics. But also, we're going to see Trump media bringing financial services in 2025. So a couple months ago, we had talked about this when Trump had filed to have the patent for the name TruthFi. And now we could see that it is actually being used, as the Truth Social platform will launch TruthFi later this year in partnership with the investing and banking firm Charles Schwab. So TruthFi will offer exchange-traded funds, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrency and crypto-related securities. And we've talked about this before, as Trump was in talks to buy the crypto exchange Bakkt, and he is the most pro-crypto president ever. So DJT can start to see a lot of different factors in the stock here. So it's not really just a social media platform. It is that, but now it's looking to get into financial services, which could also involve cryptocurrency. And we know that with cryptocurrency, anytime a stock gets involved into that, the valuation changes massively. And so Trump and DJT may be looking to still purchase the crypto exchange Bakkt. Maybe they'll just stick with Charles Schwab, but either way, they are looking to do some type of massive investment because they do have a ton of cash on hand, which we see got added in the last 3 quarters of 2024. So we're still waiting to see what the absolute last quarter in December will have, but we could see the 3 quarters leading up to September, a lot of cash on hand was added, and we could really be seeing a massive move. I mean, we have over $1 billion of cash on hand for DJT. When we look at the volume chart for DJT, we could see that the volume was a lot higher right before the elections, right before the market manipulators put a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt into DJT. And then leading into the inauguration, we did see some volume, but not really as much as it feels that we should be seeing. I say this is a lot because of HFT bots and Wall Street. So Wall Street and these high frequency trading bots are just not really allowing this stock to run. Like I say, we've been in this sideways channel and it has been very hard to break past the resistance levels. When we do break past these resistance levels, the momentum in DJT could be absolutely nuts, and this stock could really run anywhere. And we're talking a lot about how DJT is involved in cryptocurrency. Well, that leads me right to my next stock, which is Microstrategy. And if you know anything about Microstrategy, they are heavily involved into Bitcoin. So their CEO, Michael Saylor, has a whole flywheel strategy where he is just continuously adding to Bitcoin. And so as Bitcoin continues to rise in value, so should Microstrategy. And the mass adoption in cryptocurrency is growing every single day, as we see that there has also been a new ETF that is being put into the market. And on Thursday, the Securities and Exchange Commission expedited the approval for the Bitwise, Bitcoin, and Ethereum ETF. So this is another cryptocurrency ETF that is going into the markets. And even crazier, this is the first one that is going to have both Bitcoin and Ethereum in the same ETF. Another thing, just following DJT and world politics, we also did get the awful Gary Gensler out of office recently. If you know anything about Gary Gensler, he has kept a lot of stocks, cryptos, and plays from running to the potential that they should truly be over the last years, as he just held a lot of stocks and plays down. But he has out of office. So goodbye, Gary, and welcome to the new Trump administration and the new Securities and Exchange Commissioner that is in place, with the future Paul Atkins being into place next. And talking about the Trump administration, the next play that we're going to talk about here, BigBearAI, is going to benefit greatly from Trump being into office, especially because there was just a $500 billion investment that is going to go over the next 4 years, a $500 billion investment all into AI. So that is called Stargate. And so with AI being pushed more and more by the government, and with the United States trying to be the leader in AI, BigBearAI should see a lot of momentum from that push. And right now, when we look at BigBearAI, they are on an upwards trend. So it does appear that we are building some stair steps on the way up. But it's not just the technical analysis and the chart that looks great, but the fundamentals as well. And this is where I say that BigBearAI is going to really benefit from the Trump administration. So BigBearAI is all about defense, security, all that. And so the new CEO, he was the president of the company, but the new CEO, Kevin, he does have ties back to Trump, as he was serving as the acting secretary of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security during the first Trump administration. So what that's telling me is that he is the head of BigBearAI, which is all about defense and contracts and all that. And then now he is so close with Trump. This should definitely help and make it more of an easy, streamlined process for BigBearAI to get more government contracts and to grow in a true way of revenue, earnings per share, and all that. This is what I'm expecting more and more over the next couple years. So BigBearAI was just awarded another contract for the Navy Seaport Next Generation. And I think Kevin says it best here. BigBearAI is proud to build AI-powered solutions for the U.S. Department of Defense and federal agencies. This award reflects our continued dedication to our nation's defense efforts, and we are honored to contribute our capabilities to the critical mission of the U.S. Navy. And as many of you know, too, they aren't just the defense contract when it comes to the military, but they are overall a big security company that the government is using. So not just that, but they are also in the airports as well. So this article just talks about the Denver airport. So they're in the Denver airport. But when I went to the Trump inauguration recently, which I made a really cool vlog. So if you haven't checked that out, go to my channel. It was us all in DC, totally different than a normal financial video like this, but we were doing a vlog. We checked out a whole bunch of different stuff in DC, and it was overall just a great time. But while I was flying to DC, I saw signs of BigBearAI in one of the layovers on the way back into Charlotte, and then also at the DC airport. So as far as we know now, they're in Denver, DC, Charlotte, and I'm sure many others. And so BigBearAI is going to be one of the top defense AI stocks out there, I believe, over the next couple years. They also have ties to Palantir as well, which is all about defense with the U.S. government. And so if we look at the big storyline of everything over the next 4 years, we really want to follow the Trump administration and follow AI. And BigBearAI is a great place to put your money into and invest into, as I do believe that it's only going to grow over the next 4 years, as well as Microstrategy and as well as DJT. DJT should continue to gain a lot of value, especially if they're going to be offering a lot of crypto exchange services. They're getting more into the banking sector. And then, of course, they are going to be all over the media. They already have their app, Truth Social. So if you've never checked that out, I definitely recommend you to do so. They've also talked about declassifying files and potentially having that declassified on just Truth Social. So if you're not on that platform, you may be missing that. With Microstrategy, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency continues to only gain value every single day and every single month. If you know about Bitcoin, there's only a certain amount of Bitcoin there's supposed to be, 21 million altogether. So as we get closer to that hard cap, the value in Bitcoin only continues to rise. Michael Saylor is one of the biggest buyers of Bitcoin. If you're not already invested into Bitcoin or Microstrategy, investing looking into both, and specifically MicroStrategy, in this case scenario of what we've talked about, is a great way to catch a lot of the volatility, momentum, and volume in Bitcoin. Last, BigBearAI, as we just talked about, all with the defense contracts with the government. The government is looking to get more into AI. The United States government wants to be one of the biggest, wants to be the biggest player when it comes to AI. They want to lead the AI industry. So those are my top 3 stocks for the month of February. I think all are going to have a great month and a great year, but I would love to hear what everyone else has to say in the comment section below. So please let me know what you think about these stocks or any others that you're looking to invest into right now. So please drop that comment, please leave a like, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.